show you the tree again. Wow. Hey, much love and respect. Pura vida, mi gente. Thanks for tuning in once again. Appreciate you guys being here. This is a real quick drop, real quick video. Just want to make a point. Following up on yesterday's video that I dropped on the Turner descendants of the Cherokee and Hakka Indians of the Nottoway tribe, which happen to be a lot of them being ancestors of the real Nat Turner. Yeah, the real Nat Turner. He wasn't a fictional character, guys. He was a real person. Now, his slave narratives, that's where the embellishments come. You know, when they add the African stuff and the whole thing, there's a whole deep context missing, but he was a real person. Okay, so again, welcome. Just want to make a real quick point. Also promote yesterday's video. Like I said, I dropped these two videos yesterday. But one of them was the Turner descendants of the Cherokee and Hakka, the Nottoway Indians, ancestors of Nat Turner. So if you missed it, make sure to check it out. I'm not getting a lot of views, not a lot of notifications being sent out. You know, video don't be pushed by YouTube, but I think it's important if you guys understand the context. And also I want to add to that today, real quick. And part of history, you know, apart from the Indians, a lot of Indians on Nat Turner's family. Apart from the Indians, there's you know, things like this example I'm gonna show you today. He had an ancestor coming in from England, and it happened to be, which is one amazing thing that's happened to be, I had this book called The Bristol Registers of Servants sent to foreign plantations, and that ancestor was listed here. I never, you know, I just happened to look in the book and I found it, and I just wanted to show you guys that, remind you guys of that, and just see the history, just see how complex somebody's genealogy can be, and we use Nat Turner as an example. Okay, So also, in the meantime, I'm working on other videos. So I wanted to drop this one real quick. Tomorrow I should be dropping another video on another nation of Africa, right? That's not original to Africa. We're gonna add to this series the playlist Africans not from Africa. All right, so look out for that tomorrow. All right, look out for that tomorrow. Yeah. So I also dropped the a little exclusive video, a documentary on Patreon today. I can't drop it on YouTube because I'll get a copyright, but it's a pretty good, interesting documentary. All right, let me just show you the post here. Uh, Lost Relics of the Bible, part of the America Unearthed documentary series. Lost Relics of the Bible, America, the True Old World. Check out my Patreon page for that. All right. Yeah, again, we're working on one of those nations of Africa. We'll see which one it is tomorrow. We've done a lot already. The list is growing. All right. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, check out the videos from yesterday. Make sure to check out the videos from yesterday. Check out all the videos. I'll be dropping a lot. Appreciate you guys enjoying it. All right, let's get to this quick genealogy real quick. All right, now I want to say that what I dropped yesterday was a little clip of a longer video. I've done Nat Turner's genealogy very thoroughly. It's a 2.5-hour video. Episode 5 of my genealogical stories playlist. You guys want to check it out? I did almost every line as much as I could. All right. So again, we're gonna pick out a little line, just a little bitty line from that tree. I'm gonna show you right now. All right. You're gonna see one of his ancestors. So going off yesterday's video, make sure to check it out. Make sure to like and share it so I can get views, guys, so people can understand his history. Where's the Africans? So here we go. I want to show you the tree again. As you guys can see, we have Thomas Turner, who's the chief. Who they're trying to make European. They got these emblems on here, but you can see 1/4 though. Yeah, he is European, but he's also Indian. He's the chief. Martha Joyner, as you guys can see, they had Thomas Turner II, who was the father of Mary Turner, who was the mother of Thomas Woodson, who was Nat Turner's grandfather, and the husband of Edith, Nat Turner's grandmother, who was the queen or chief, right? Let's not forget that. So you guys see all the connections here. It's all in that book. So again, that's Mary Turner, right? Who was Thomas Woodson's mother. As it says here, daughter of Thomas Turner and Mary Hicks. She married Thomas Woodson Sr. So I just wanted to show you that book, the descendants of the Turners in the Cherokee Nottoway Indians history. A lot of those people are in this family tree right here, as you guys saw. I wanted to come over back to Mary Ann Bailey, who is George Skipper's wife. Mary Ann Bailey, again, is the mom of Mary Skipper, the wife of James Turner Jr. They are the parents of Edith, right? Now going back up to Mary Ann Bailey, known Indian, right? As you guys can see, Nottoway tribe, a lot of people know. Her dad was Chieftain Walt Bailey. Walt Bailey, the 8th great grandfather of Alvin Bailey, the person we started with. One thing I wanted to show you about him, now they're saying he's a chief in Indian, right? Part Indian. His dad is John Ansell Bailey. I want to show you guys something about Ansell Bailey. He was born in England. So where the Indian is, still trying to find that. But I know his dad was from England. Ansell Bailey, 1661, he came in. I'm going to show you guys something incredible I have here that matches the information from my other videos when it comes to indentured servitude. It's coming from Gloucestershire, and that's in Bristol. When I saw Bristol, that reminded me of a book I have, guys. Now, I have this book here, guys. I've shown it to you before in my indentured servitude videos. Not many of you are going to remember. But this was I have a hard copy, so I scanned this morning just to be able to put it in the video because I found something incredible here. It says here the Bristol Registers of servants sent to the foreign plantations, right? Talking about slavery, so-called slavery, but they want to call it servants. These are slaves. They're going to an indenture into the plantations all over the Caribbean, all over the North American colonies. From 1654 to 1686, this is by Peter Wilson Coldham. Now, real quick, I'm just going to read from the introduction here. It says here on September 29, 1654, the Council of the City of Bristol enacted an ordinance requiring that a system of enrollment be set up to record the names of all indentured servants embarking from the port of Bristol for service overseas. On the very next day, the first entry was penned in what was to become the register known as Servants to Foreign Plantations. The need for scrupulous tally arose from the long-standing and notorious practice of kidnapping, inveigling, and bribing youngsters onto ships bound for the labor-hungry colonies. Kidnapping, just like they said they were kidnapping people from Africa, they were doing it in Europe. We've gone over this information. Make sure to check my previous videos. They're to be sold at good profit, all right? People being kidnapped to be sold into slavery, into indentured servitude. Nor was the practice without weighty precedent, for as early as 1619, the state had connived at the rounding up of vagrant children in London and their forcible shipment to Virginia. But when private enterprise adopted similar measures, the state took exception and persecuted those responsible. Nevertheless, forcible shipment of servants, indentured or not, continued apace. An order of Parliament of 9th May 1645 required officers and justices to exercise diligence in apprehending those responsible for the kidnapping and shipping of children, and the city fathers of Bristol may perhaps be considered negligent in having allowed 9 years to pass before regulating these matters. All right, so basically they're explaining what happened. They created a log of all the people they were sending from Bristol, okay? And they were selling these people for money. Out of a total of just over 10,000 immigrants recorded in this book, all but a small handful were laborers, husbandmen, or tradesmen, most from the West Country, the West Midlands, and Wales, but with a fair sprinkling of intended immigrants from much further afield, including London, Cambridge, Lancashire, Scotland, Ireland, France, and even from the American colonies, even Indians or people from the American colonies themselves, while many undoubtedly arrived in Bristol having already indentured themselves to overseas service. All right, so that's what's in here. Now, believe it or not, guys, I actually found John Ansell right here, Ansell Bailey to John Driver for 5 years in Virginia. This is one of Nat Turner's ancestors. He was an indentured servant coming out of Bristol. Yes, he went into slavery as an indentured servant, and eventually these people got their freedom right after 5 years, and he probably got his own land, his own so-called slaves or indentures and things like that. But you guys can see recorded 1661, September 10th. All right, 1661, Ansell Bailey, John Ansell Bailey to John Driver for 5 years in Virginia. Go back to ancestry.com for John Ansell Bailey, right, coming out of Bristol. We're going to the gallery. We got a couple stories about him. We got his bio right here. I want to show you guys. Down at the bottom it says the first listing of Ansell is that he sailed from Bristol to America. Ansell Bailey, indentured to John Driver, who paid his way 5 years. And September 10th, 1661, the Driver family were landholders in Gloucestershire and Bristol, not titled but freemen of some position. The Drivers were related to at least one of the Bailey family. And this Bailey family, so it wasn't just like slave owners, right? They were related to them somehow. In this Bailey family, same pedigree as the one mentioned previously, the name Ansell appears on or before 26 October 1662 or even before 1657. A Giles Driver immigrated to Virginia, Isle of Wight, and took up farming. Giles was a nephew of John Driver of Gloucestershire. Not surprisingly, in 1682, after Ansell would have served out his indenture, he bought land in Isle of Wight, suggesting he might have been living there. All right, that's all we got. But I just wanted to show you guys. All right, John Ansell, Alvin's 9th great-grandfather, and Nat Turner's 4th great-grandfather, John Ansell, came from England as an indentured servant from Bristol, and I have the register in that book I have bought, okay? If you guys saw the rest of the people there, they were going to different places. If you look at the whole register, they were being sent to Jamaica, Barbados, all these so-called Europeans, right? They're supposed to be white, but they weren't. All right, check it out. All right, so I just wanted to go ahead and show that. All right, because of imagine, like I was telling people, just I was just saying, when I was showing that book the first time in my indentured servant videos way back, like, hey, you never know. Your ancestors might be in these books. Your ancestors might be in the Virginia colonial soldiers books. You never know. You never know. If you're only looking at one side, you might miss out on a lot of different ancestors, different lines you might have. Only looking at one side. So I just wanted to show this as an example. Following up on yesterday's video, make sure to check out his Nottoway Indian heritage I showed yesterday, Nat Turner, and make sure to check out the full video, episode 5, genealogical stories, this whole tree. Right, this is again one line, one ancestor coming in from England, indentured servant Ansell Bailey of Nat Turner, the historical person, not no fake stories. We're talking about real people here, real people. Appreciate you guys. Again, I'll be dropping a video tomorrow. That'd be a good one tomorrow. We going through the history of Africa there too. So that should be a good video. Check it out tomorrow. Appreciate you guys. I'll give you your time back. Again, real quick video, quick drop. Know who you are fully, Embrace all your ancestors, all of them. All of them. The good, the bad, the ugly, whatever you think of them. Embrace them all. Appreciate you guys. Much love and respect. Pura vida, mi gente. Wow. Shout out to Robin Dre Beats.